Howdy mates, good morning. Here's my first video log today. We just had a recent heavy snow. And in a way it's still kind of snowing in a sense, just not as apparent. So we've actually gotten a couple of inches of snow. And I'm out visiting the beloved Clifton Gorge State Nature Preserve. And here's the beautiful Narrows, as you can see. Right here, you can see like all the icicles that have formed. Wow, it's so pretty. And then, as we look below, we have our beautiful Niagara escarpment. Let me show you guys. Oh, and by the way, I'm actually wearing a poncho. I haven't worn a poncho in so long, but hey, head protection makes a big difference. Oh yeah, big time. Because my jacket doesn't have a hoodie, so my head would have been soaking wet. So here we go. There she is. Oh wow. I gotta say, visiting Clifton Gorge while it's snowing like this, it is absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to explain briefly about how Clifton Gorge came to be. So way back in the Wisconsin age, 15 or so thousand years ago, when the glaciers were receding, as the glaciers were receding during the time, there was a known feature known as the Bellefontaine Outlier, which is actually near the town of Bellefontaine. And this outlier, that was like one of the only regions of Ohio that was not covered in glacier. And it's actually one of the highest points in the state of Ohio. So as the glaciers were receding, the meltwater essentially created a stream. So from the stretch all the way from Bellefontaine, which is about 30 to 40 miles to the north, it created something called a Kennard Outwash Terrace. So that was kind of an area where the land got a bit flat. And thus, that helped give birth to the Little Miami River. And as a result, that's how we have this gorge. So over thousands of years, the river has done down cutting on the Cedarville Dolomite. And it would have taken thousands of years because Cedarville Dolomite is very resistant to erosion. So that's why this particular section that I'm at is called the Narrows, because you can see the rock walls are very close to one another. It just shows that a lot of erosion hasn't happened outwards, but rather downwards instead. So that's how we have this geologic beauty right here. And they call it the Niagara escarpment, like that fall right there, because of the fact that the bedrock is very similar to that of Niagara Falls. So that is how that exists. But yeah, both rocks and streams tell us a very fascinating story. And what's also fascinating about this area too is you'll see the northern white cedar that you would normally find up in the country of Canada. So another thing to figure with the glaciers, what they did was they carried the seeds of those trees down here. And then as a result, some of those seeds were left behind. How you can see them right there, those evergreens. So they were transported by glaciers. Otherwise, they would really have no business of being up or being down in the state of Ohio. They normally require colder conditions. But since Clifton Gorge in general provides a relatively cool climate, throughout the year that allows the northern white cedar to survive in this area. But yeah, that's just a brief history of this section of the Narrows. So, alrighty. Thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something in the video. I mean, you can only imagine this was marveled by the Native Americans back then. So like the Shawnee and the Adena back then. So it's an old relic. So, alright. Hope all of you enjoy your Sunday, and Journey on a Journey is out. Take care, folks.